This is a tour around all the places in the site of your class. Here is the home page where you have the welcome announcement with this very tour that you are watching now. Let's visit all the tabs in the navigation bar. So first we have the content tab here. We are going to have first an overview of the class. So here we have this class tour, and here is a description of all the activities that you need to do in this class. The first day of classes, you have to do all the activities described here, in particular watching these several videos and open several accounts. I mean, be sure that you visit all these links here and you do everything you need to do the first day of classes. For the introduction post that you can start writing the first day of classes, the deadline is on Sunday. Otherwise, each week will have always the same structure that essentially is described in this table here. The idea is that in each week we are going to cover always 2 lessons, 2 units. So on Sunday you will start by studying the lesson, meaning watching the video and reading the lesson in the book. So you start studying the lesson on Sunday, and on Monday is the deadline for the homework. On Tuesday is the deadline for the forum, and on Wednesday is the deadline for the quiz. I will explain in a moment what are each of these things, but the structure of the week is like that. You start studying on Sunday, on Monday, deadline for homework, on Tuesday, deadline for forum, and on Wednesday, deadline for quiz. And when you finish the quiz of the lesson, you start with the next lesson. The same Wednesday, you start with the next lesson. And on Thursday, you have again the deadline for the homework of that new lesson. On Friday, the deadline for the forum, and on Saturday, the deadline for the quiz. So all the weeks are going to have the same structure. So coming back to the table of contents here, you will see that at the beginning you have a tab with the instructor information, and then a tab for the syllabus. So this is very important. This is the document that rules this class. So be sure that you read completely this document. Here is all the information that you need for this class, as well as all the policies for this class. So it's very important that before starting this course, you read completely everything in this document. Here in particular, you have again said what is the structure of this class, and each of the things, homework, forum, and quiz that I just mentioned, also is explained here what are the points for each of these assignments. So you have all the policies described here since the first day of classes. Also, you have a topical outline that describes what you will study every week. So the very first day of classes, you have to watch all these videos that are described here. And also the first week of classes, you have to work in the first unit and already do the first homework, first quiz, and first forum. Also, in the first week, you have to also submit your introduction post. After that, all the other weeks contain 2 units, as described before, that you will do homework, quiz, and forum, and then homework, quiz, and forum. These are all the assessments in this class, and then at midterm it's going to be a midterm exam, and at the end of the semester it's going to be a final exam. So these are then the assignments of this class. So be sure that you read completely, all the pages of the syllabus. Okay, coming back to the table of contents that we were visiting here, all the left navigation bar now. So we visit already these ones. So here in getting started, you have again the same thing that we said before. The first day you have to watch all these videos and create accounts, everything that is described here, and what's the structure for the rest of the week. The first week of the class, you have to take the introduction to MyOpenMaths just to see how to enter things in the software that we are going to use, and you have to also click here and enter your introduction form. So let's take a look at the structure of each week. Let's take as an example the week 1. So all the units have the same structure, which is in the first link here is described what are the learning objectives of the unit. And so after that you have the video and the lesson in the book. You have to do both. You have to read the textbook, just click, and here is the book. You have also video lessons that you can watch. So we can take a look at this, for instance.
Welcome to an introduction.
Here is then the video lessons. And once that you do both, read the textbook and watch the lessons, is where you are going to start with the 3 assessments that I described before: homework, quiz, and forum. So let's take a look at the homework, how it looks like. This is, for instance, the first homework. You click Start, will appear the first question. Here, for instance, you have a pencil that you will need to draw an angle with that. So you continue with all the questions in the homework. So some of them are drawings, some of them you have to do your calculations. So that is as the homework looks like. So once that you finish the homework, you need to complete the quiz. So the quiz, we can see already that for the moment that you start the quiz, you have 30 minutes to complete it. So that's the difference between the quiz and the homework. So there are also less questions in the quiz because you have only 30 minutes to do it. Instead, the homework you can take as long as you want if you do it inside of the deadline, right? But the quiz, once that you have started, you have 30 minutes to complete it. Okay, so homework and quizzes. So these are these assessments that you are going to complete in this software. And then forum. So the forum is a place where you are going to explain how you solve a problem. So let's click in the forum. So this is the site of the forum is like a blog where you can start a new thread there and post there your assignment. And the idea of this assignment is that you have to write. You have to write how you solve a problem. You need to choose a problem from the homework list, whichever you like. Or maybe you can choose one that you don't like. That's up to you. You just have to choose one problem from the homework, and you have to be sure that nobody else have chosen this problem. So in particular, you need to read the forum before you post your problem there. And then you compose a paper for each unit in which you are going to explain all the details of how you solve this problem. You should use complete sentences, should be a paper that anybody can read it and understand what you were doing. So you should include in your paper complete sentences explaining your reasoning. I mean, what were the steps that you follow to get your result? And of course, you should include also the formulas and everything that you did to solve the problem. Okay, so that's the content that you need to do in the forum. And now the format. The forum should be always written in LaTeX. LaTeX is a software for writing mathematics that we're going to be using in this class. So because of that, the first thing that you have to do the first day of classes is to learn the basics of how to write in LaTeX. So to do that, so we go back to the table of contents, and you will see that you have here already a tab that tells you LaTeX writing. So you need to visit that tab, and in here you have a video that explains all the details of how to write in LaTeX. Essentially, you have to create an account first in this software that is free and open source. And once that you create the account here, you are going to use a template that is also here and that I create for you. And so using this template, you can use it for all the forums. Also, I create another paper here for you to use that include more commands. So for instance, you may want to use sine, cosine, you may want to use a square root, you may want to use logarithm, so whatever commands you have to use. So here there are many of them described, so you have more examples of things that you can use. So be sure then that the first task you do is to watch this video, to create this account, and to be all set to start writing in LaTeX, because you need to be writing in LaTeX for the first assignment. For the first forum, have to be written in LaTeX. Also, the introduction also have to be written in LaTeX. Okay, so let me show you where you are going to submit these forums and introduction. So far we were looking here in the navigation bar in the top. We are under context. So now we're going to go to assessments, and here we're going to click discussions. So we click here discussions, and here is where first you have the place to submit your introduction post, and then you have the place to submit all the forums of all the units for the whole semester. So in the introduction post, that should be the first one that you submit, there is also here a video where I explain to you how to submit in this forum. So be sure that you actually watch this video before doing your introduction. And also be sure that you read carefully all the instructions. I mean, you need to write an introduction about yourself, but you should also include a figure in this introduction, whatever figure you want to include, and it should be written in LaTeX, and it should be attached. All that as is explained in this video. So be sure that you watch the video first, read this, and then write your introduction. And then you will be all set to do the same for all the forums of the class. All the forums work the same. Okay, so coming back then to the contents, we visit here all these tabs here. This is very important, the one of LaTeX writing. It should be the first one that you dedicate time to. Here, the synchronous session. So we have here one Zoom meeting the first day of classes. So that will be an important meeting for you to attend, just to ask any question you may have about anything that I am saying now. And so be ready for starting the course. So we visit all this, and then these are all the lessons here. So in the first week, we already checked all what it is, learning objectives, reading the lesson, watching the video, doing the homework, doing the quiz, and the forum. So all the other weeks, as I said before, are going to contain 2 units, right? So the next one will contain the unit 2 and then the unit 3. So be sure that you do the 2 units in each week. And when we get to the week 4, that will be the midterm. So after you do the unit 6, you will have the exam. So the midterm exam here the details about this exam, that is essentially when the exam is available. It will be available one day and the whole day from 7 in the morning to midnight. And you can take it anytime you want between this range here. So coming back to the table of contents, so we said that we have every week the same structure, except that at midterm you have this exam, and also at the end you have the final exam that covers everything. We can click in the exam now, and this is the day that it will be available. Again, it's going to be available during the whole day from 7 in the morning to midnight. Okay, so that's all for the class. Everything that you have in the class is here. So be sure that you dedicate the first day of classes to actually look at, play around, and look at everything that is in this site of the class.